Awake my heart. Are you weak enough? Out of weakness we're made strong. Hebrew 11:34. Think of this in relation to Christian service. During the past century, few biographies have influenced young Christians more than that of Hudson Taylor. That was his secret. Here it is in his own words. The Lord was looking for a man weak enough to use and found me. D.L. Moody aptly observed, we may easily be too big for God to use, but never too small. Job 28 tells us about the way of the wind and the water and the lightning. The way of the wind is that of easiest motion. The way of the waters is that of easiest coursing. The way of the lightning is that of easiest yielding. In other words, the wind and the water and the lightning take the line of least resistance. Even so, in human lives, the Spirit of God always seeks the line of least resistance to the will of God. Let me rephrase that. Line of least resistance. Even so, in human lives, the Spirit of God always seeks the line of least resistance to the will of God. It is the absence of such resistance which gives the Holy Spirit his opportunity and transforms weakness into strength. That is why Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 1:27 and 28, God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and weak things of the world to confound the mighty, and base things and things despised, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. You say that you are not made of the stuff for heroism and service. Then here is just the very army in which you can enlist. The fact is that most of us are disqualified, not through weakness, but through a deep, subtle resistance in our human ego to the divine will. Before God can bless or use us as he wishes, he has somehow to break this resistance down. There are classic exemplifications of this in the scriptures. See that strange wrestler from the unseen world as he struggles with Jacob at the brook Jabbok. Through the years, God has been trying to break down that ego resistance in Jacob, as in Abram and Isaac, but now nothing will suffice with Christ's wrestle in which Jacob is made a lame and limping man. See the resistance which had to be overcome in Moses before God can use him to evacuate the covenant people from Egypt. Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? They will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. I am not eloquent, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue. O my Lord, send by the hand of someone else, thou wilt send. Or see the resistance in Gideon, before God can use him to deliver Israel from the iron oppression of the Midianites. When the angel of the Lord appears to him, he reacts with a protestation of, oh, if, why, where, but, and show me a sign. When once our resistance to the divine will is broken down, then what wonderful things God can do with the weak and the despised. Moses, what is that in thine hand? A shepherd's rod, despised by the Egyptians. Yet that rod in the hand of the yielded Moses lays Egypt low, divides the sea, and leads Israel to liberty. Shamgar, what is that in thine hand? An ox goad. Jael, wow, what is that in thine hand? A tent peg, Gideon. What is that in thine hand? An earthen pitcher. Samson, what is that in thine hand? The jawbone of an ass. David, what is that in thine hand? a sling, and 5 smooth stones. God never uses the unclean, but he does use the weak, the foolish, the despised. That opens the door wide to all of us if resistance is gone.